And he had a bottle of Cutty Sark with the square rigger on the label, and he had a whole freezer full of venison that he caught, and this Bob Dylan record. So I was listening to Bob Dylan record there for 3 days, waiting for, and put another log on the fire, check the level on the whiskey bottle. It was getting down from the royals to the gallant sails and down to the topsails. We metered it out like one sail a day. Fortunately, the Cutty Sark had 6 sails on each mast. Skysails, royals, topgallants, double topsails, and courses. And before we got down to the topsails, I had learned a new song. It was called Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. Well, the snow finally melted on the 3rd day. We got in my motorhome, which was a Bell Telephone repair truck at that time. And we drove up to Newark Titty. They were having an open mic down there in the Gaslight on McDougal Street. And it was Mississippi John Hurt's Night Off. And it was open mic, and there was the usual crowd was assembled. There was Dave Van Ronk and John Wynn and Peter and Paul. Mary was out shopping, I believe. And, Bob Dylan was there, and my buddy Peter Lafarge, the bronc rider, later the songwriter, who wrote the song about the Marine that raised a flag on Iwo Jima, the Ballad of Ira Hayes. I was with him when he wrote that song, but I never memorized it. Bob knows it. Anyway, Bob was there, and I figured I'm going to sing my new song that I just learned. I'd never learned a song in 3 days before. It usually takes me about 3 months. So I started to play. It's very dark in there. It was a small room, I held about 40 people. There were these 18 or so folk singers, friends of mine, and 3 unidentified tourists from New Jersey. The place was full. So I started singing. And Bob stood up in the aisle. I could barely see him, but I recognized there was a little light coming through the hole in the curtain in the back, reflected off of his halo. And he stood up and he yelled, he says, "How did you do, Jack?" I said, "What'd you say?" He says, "I really should do, Jack." I said, "Oh, I'd never had anything relinquished to me before." And so I've been singing it ever since. And I hope you like it too. It's called, darn nice song, it's called Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, it'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm a-traveling on. But don't think twice, it's all right. And it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you never done before. Ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, 'cause I can't hear you anymore. thinking and wondering, walking down the road, how I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. I give her my heart, but she wanted my soul. But don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. The light I never knowed. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, 'cause I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway, but don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, babe. Where I'm bound, I can't tell. Goodbye is too good a word, babe. So I'll just say, fare thee well. I'm not saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but I don't mind. You just kind of wasted my precious time. But don't think twice, it's all right. Thank you very much. Sure had a nice time here. And wasn't that a swell band that played? Marvelous. And I want to thank my buddy Rick for driving me here. Rick Robbins, what a guy. Love y'all. Thanks a lot.